there, friends. It's Miles and Bob. It's a game of no halves.
Hello.
Welcome to the episode for this week. Hello, Bob. How are you doing?
I'm good, Miles. How's things?
Very well, very well. Yes, I'm doing well. Obviously, celebrating England, and actually, this podcast will be going out just before the semi-final of the Euros this year, which is extremely exciting and nerve-wracking. Predictions, Bob?
They've confounded us at every match, haven't they?
I know.
Every single game. They've
amazing,
come
really.
through it somehow or another, they're through to the semis.
Yes, I know.
And we're not quite sure how they've done it, but they've done it.
First real test as well, isn't it, with the Netherlands? Because, you'd say probably the first sort of bigger team that we've played. So I've got no idea, but I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
I'm feeling somewhat confident now.
Me too.
In a weird way.
Same.
I feel like the atmosphere has changed. It's funny, isn't it? Because I haven't played the best football of our lives for sure, but we're in the semi-final now, and I feel like the vibe in the country is sort of a bit like, you know what? We're in the semi-finals.
Yes, anything can now happen.
Yeah, great penalties as well, weren't they?
Great penalties, yeah.
All five of them.
Yeah, all five. And that's always been a problem for England, hasn't it? The penalty shootout. But it was so confident. They
you could
did
see the
so
confidence.
Well.
Yeah. And Colby, another brilliant performance from him.
Yeah.
He is the real deal.
Yeah, your mate, your mucker, your friend.
My boy.
Yeah.
I know, it's funny. I could almost be his dad. That's quite scary, really. I'm 32 and he's 19. So, almost.
Yes.
A few years off.
I could probably be his great-grandfather.
Yeah, you probably could, yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. But all good otherwise. So what have you been up to in the meantime, Father?
I'm in the middle of doing quite a bit of writing at the moment for this wonderful Buddy Holly project, a book called Words of Love.
Yeah.
I'm one of the ambassadors for the Buddy Holly Educational Foundation.
Yeah.
And so I'm writing a lot of artist profiles for this collection of photographs and memories of other people who have been given the Buddy Holly guitars.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful things. So each of us is known as an ambassador. And so I've been writing up on the Paul McCartney's, Bruce Springsteen's, Joe Walsh's of this world that have also been given a Buddy Holly guitar.
Cool.
Now, I'm currently in the middle of a piece about the Clovis recording studios in New Mexico that Buddy used to...
Clovis?
Yeah, Clovis. Oh. Clovis, New Mexico.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, even the name, somehow, when you were a kid in the 50s, and you were hearing about records made in Clovis, New Mexico.
Yeah, sounds
just
quite
the
fancy,
name. It had so many romantic connotations to it, and great sort of feelings of mystery and intrigue, and
Clovis.
Clovis.
So that sounds almost like I don't know. It sounds like clover, doesn't it? Field of clover. But I guess in New Mexico, that wouldn't be happening there, would it? Very dry. And,
very dry, yeah. And anyway, I've always had this thing about New Mexico, and there was a DJ in America in the 60s called Wolfman Jack, and he was one of the great figures of American radio. And in the film American Graffiti, he plays himself, and he's a voice in the background.
Okay.
Through the night, and he's broadcasting from this little radio station way, way out of town, completely isolated, and there he is in his kind of stone solitude, broadcasting to LA or whatever town it was that the kids were in.
Yeah.
And it was so mysterious and so great. And it was interesting because quite a lot of big stars made their kind of major cinema debut in American Graffiti. Ron Howard. Yeah, he was also in Happy Days.
A bit before my time, unfortunately.
Was it Miles? Yeah, it was, I guess.
1973.
American Graffiti, that's the one. Look at it. It's such a wonderful
Ron
film.
Howard, yeah.
Ron Howard, yes.
Yeah.
And who
Harrison
else?
Ford.
Harrison Ford made a very early appearance. There was music.
Wolfman Jack, there he is in the cast.
There's Wolfman Jack. And one of the things about the soundtrack of this movie was that there was music going on in the background at every moment in the film.
Yeah.
And some of the songs, some of the records were absolutely sensational. And there's a country star called Eric Church.
Yes.
Who made a record called Talladega, which was about kids borrowing an old pickup truck or something and driving it down to Talladega. 5 good friends on 4 bold tires. It's one of the great lyric lines in this song. And the opening line of it is, it was the summer before the real world started. And that's that summer after you finish school or uni or college or whatever, before the real world kicks in. And you had that summer, didn't you, with all your friends in the garage?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
The summer before the real world started.
Yeah, I know. Crazy times. We converted our garage into a kind of games room, didn't we?
Yeah.
And just spent hours in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun times. Fun memories. So that was American Graffiti.
That was American Graffiti, yes.
Yeah.
I have no idea how we got onto that, but...
Well, there we go.
There we go.
Hey, what a podcast is for, isn't it? It's rambling about, stuff.
Well, I do that. I do that all the time.
Yeah. So what have I been up to? Well, I was at the Formula One on Thursday, which was really cool, shooting for Red Bull. In fact, actually on my socials, if you want to check it out, Expired Film Club. The results will be on there. So I shot Max Verstappen and Perez before their race. And Verstappen actually on F1 day at Silverstone did well to come back. He got 2nd place.
Yeah.
So that was good fun. Yeah.
Amazing.
And then I'm off to Scotland tomorrow for some golf. I'm shooting the Open.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing some more stuff with Red Bull actually on Thursday. And then Greece for a holiday.
Yeah.
So
and the other big moment for me last week was Hyde Park.
Yeah.
On Thursday evening, the biggest country music event ever in Britain. Morgan Wallen playing at Hyde Park at BST.
Yeah.
55,000 people. And for me, it was a really quite amazing moment, Miles, because you spin the clock back no more than 12 years, and I was in this lane completely by myself in the UK. Nobody else was playing country music. Everybody in the world thought it was so uncool. And now it's the fastest growing music genre.
It's getting cool,
Everybody
isn't
is saying how cool it is.
True.
So for me, I was with an amazing woman called Millie Ollican, and she was the founder of C2C, the Country to Country Festival. She's now the international manager at the Country Music Association in Nashville. And she and I were looking at the crowd, thinking to ourselves, well, we said to each other how amazing this is.
Yeah.
That we've presided over, and had a big influence on the growth of country music here in the UK. And also, I spent time that evening with my great friend, Alana Springsteen. Alana and I co-hosted C2C this year. And if you want to check out some lovely kind of pop country music, then Alana is your girl.
Alana.
Yeah.
That's how they pronounce it in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alana.
I always say Alana. And I said, I said to her when we first met, do you want me to put the R in it, or is it Alana? And she said it's Alana.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So all good. Country music. It has links to football these days as well. A lot of we've said this on the podcast before. A lot of the female footballers are really into it. Lee Williamson and Alessia Russo and people like that. They love their country.
Yeah. And the Arsenal chap,
Rob Holding,
massive
he was at CTC,
country music fan, and the American who played for Chelsea, who's now
Pulisic.
Huge Luke Combs fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that makes more sense if he's American.
Yeah.
But Bob, to much more important stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Because last episode, so we left off, didn't we? And you were on for a treble, but ended up just winning the
we should
Premier
just
League
sort of do a quick explanation, because the thing is, we know now that people are joining us the whole time.
Yeah.
So just to quickly précis what this is for people who haven't the faintest idea.
You have a fictitious football team called North London that you've owned and played games as around the house for 35 years. Typed out all the statistics, which every episode we then go back through and we're going season by season in terms of the results. So last year was 2011 to 12.
Yes.
And you won the Premier League, but that was it in terms of silverware, wasn't it? Chelsea pipped you to the Champions League.
They did, and the FA Cup.
Yeah,
I lost the FA Cup in the final, didn't I?
Yeah, I know. So that was that, anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So in terms of silverware, a little bit of a light year for North London, who are very, very
just
much
the
up
Premier
there
League.
In terms of silverware.
Premier League,
I mean, aside from anything else, being Premier League champions is good. But it means that going into this season then, Bob,
Yes.
there's a little bit of squad ins and outs.
Churn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So it says here,
Okay.
you've got about 140 something million in the bank.
The way that the bank system works is that the deeper I go as manager, the money that's the revenue that's generated by a run in the Champions League is ring fenced. And that comes to me.
Just for transfer kitty.
Yeah. And the other revenue that comes to me is transfers out.
Yes.
So those are the two figures. Everything else, goes into the club and the infrastructure and other aspects of the running.
You don't have
North London.
an oil baron from the Middle East giving you some cash injections, do you, Bob?
No, we are
Is it on the
independently owned. No, it isn't. No.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't like the oil barons.
Okay, that's fine.
So don't like any outside ownership.
So it's all
to
still,
be honest.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Because we are. No, the thing
You
is,
are
in
North London.
that, yes, we are, and in that sense, we're also massively rooted into the community.
Okay, yeah.
Because we do use our money constructively to help projects within the community to build up little local football teams, youth teams, youth clubs, and all that kind of stuff. It's part of the DNA
It's the culture of the club.
Of the club, yeah.
All right, well, so 146 million is in the transfer budget.
Yeah.
And then you were saying about the transfers out. So here are the transfers out. First of all, Hofland has retired and become a youth team coach.
Okay.
Hofland, a big German centre-back guy, right?
Yeah.
/ defensive mid. So he's now the youth team coach, apparently.
Yes.
Then other transfers out for 4.7 million. Gaiax has gone. That Swiss winger.
Okay.
Who was always a sort of squad player, really.
Yes,
Never
he
really
was.
broke through, did he?
Yeah.
Simon Kjær as well, who's that Danish centre-back, has gone for 6.9 million.
Okay.
And also, probably the biggest out of the transfer window, for 20 million, David Villa has left the club.
Okay.
So he's out.
Right.
In
Yes.
come.
Yes.
So Nathan Redmond, you had on loan last season, and you decided to sign him full-time for 3.5 million, 19-year-old Nathan Redmond, which I think is
that's a good
decent
buy.
signing.
Yeah. Squad player and exciting on his
Potential,
day.
at 19 years old back then.
Yeah.
Also coming in for 7.2 million is Damien Perquis. Remember him?
No, I don't.
No?
Look him up,
Should we look him
Miles.
up? I think he's a defender.
Right.
From possibly like Poland or something like that. Hang on. Perquis.
Because, I mean, over the years of all the, my goodness, I've signed some players.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the numbers, huge number of players in and out through 35 years. And there occasionally are players that I just simply don't remember, and he's one of them.
So Damien Perquis, he represented Poland at international level, but I think French-born.
Yes.
So he basically played in France for most of his career. So back in 12?
Yes.
He would have been at Sochaux.
Okay.
Who are...
It's interesting. I've discovered
a French
him.
club, yeah. He then went from there to Real Betis.
Yes.
Toronto. He was at Nottingham Forest for a season and then played for Gazélec Ajaccio. Don't know, but...
what position?
Defender. Represented France at youth level before acquiring Polish citizenship and playing for Poland at senior level. I know, funny.
I do quite a lot of scouting online.
Yeah.
And I would have probably thought to myself, I need a centre-back, but a squad centre-back, because the back line is very strong. Our defence is really good.
Yeah.
I probably needed somebody to just bolster the squad a little bit.
I guess so. I remember him being in FIFA, Damien Perquis. Never got above a 75 in FIFA. Just a pretty bog standard average defender by the looks of it. Bob, I'm not sure why you signed him, but there he is.
Yeah. Well, I see, but there are certain times when I see a player that isn't necessarily doing that well for club and country, but does do well for North London.
Well, let's hope Damien Perquis can be exactly that.
Yeah, because the training systems behind the scenes are just we are so on it with training. Honestly, I'm not kidding.
So
the way we make it fun.
Morph him into a world
We're going to
class
morph him
defender,
into. Yes, we are.
Okay, well, there you go. So then, this is an interesting signing, Bob.
Okay.
On a season-long loan, £2 million fee for that. Diego Forlan is in for a season.
Yes.
Which I like the sound of. I think that's a great signing.
Yes. So how does that compare to when he was signed for United then?
Oh, no, this is a long time after that. So he would have been at Villarreal possibly at this point.
Okay, and I brought him back.
So you brought him in. So
Yeah.
he'd be quite late on in his career, I imagine, around this time.
Because I
But-
really always
but to be
thought
fair,
that he was so great.
You've got rid of
Forlan.
you've got rid of David Villa, haven't you?
Yeah,
So I suppose
yeah.
bringing him in.
Yes.
So let's see. When was he born? He was born in 79.
Yes.
So if this is 2012.
So he'd be 33.
There you go. So So towards the end of
Bit
his
of
career,
experience in the
experience.
squad.
I tell you what, Bob. Have you noticed? So recently,
Yes.
Diego Forlan is playing tennis. Quite a high level of tennis.
Is he?
Yeah. So here we go. I like to challenge myself. Ex-United star Forlan
Right.
makes ITF debut.
What's his ranking, I wonder?
So it says here, after making his debut on the ITF Masters Tour in July 2023, Forlan has competed regularly at ITF Masters tournaments in Uruguay. Last week, Forlan faced his biggest test thus far as he competed in the men's singles 45 plus and men's doubles 45 plus
Right.
of the MT 1000 Lima. So he's playing
Good for him.
decent level tennis now.
And I
which
really
I think
like
is pretty
him.
amazing.
I thought he was such a lovely chap. I mean, it took him how many games to actually score for United? Was it
I know,
29 or something?
it's like 20-something games.
But once he did start scoring, then he got some really important goals.
It's just a shame, isn't it? Because he never really proved himself at United.
No,
But you could
no.
tell what a great player he was, and since then, obviously,
Yeah.
he was great. He was top scorer at the World Cup, wasn't he? 1 year.
Yes,
I
he
think, for
was.
Uruguay.
So did I sign him just for a year then on loan?
So it's just as a season-long loan for Diego Forlan. But the biggest transfer by quite a way this
Right.
window, Bob, 62 million.
Right.
Neymar.
Neymar's
joined the
Yes.
club. And
Yes.
this is really interesting because back in 2012,
Yes.
would he have been at Barcelona by that point? Or have you pipped them
I've probably pipped them to the post.
Let's have a look. When did he join Barca? 2013. You did. You signed him direct
You
from
see?
Santos.
I mean,
What a signing! I mean, I can't. Yeah, Neymar.
so I signed him directly from Santos.
Yeah. So you've
So he
got in
hadn't
there
even
before
come
Barca.
to Europe, and I saw him in Europe. I would have scouted him while he was still in Brazil.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
The Santos Neymar was one of the most
Wow.
exciting players ever. Wasn't
Yeah,
he?
really.
I literally touched him in Saudi Arabia, Bob, because when I was there shooting for the Saudi Kings Cup, obviously I think we've had this conversation. I say he plays. He's not actually played a minute yet for Al Hilal, and they won the Kings Cup. And so afterwards, I was photographing the trophy celebrations, and then just was like, "Oh shit, there's Neymar!" And I literally brushed shoulders as he walked past me on the pitch. Funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's in. Big
He's in.
signing, Bob. So I think that's a pretty good transfer window. You know.
So how much did I pay for him?
62 million back then, which he would have been about 18 or something at that point.
Yeah,
Wouldn't he? So,
yeah.
so fair enough.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yes.
So that's the squad going
Yes.
into the season.
Yes.
Leading us into the pre-season Mediterranean Cup.
Yeah, and just to explain this, I have a training base, a training camp in
He
Portugal.
has in inverted commas. Yeah.
And it's a hotel complex with a training pitch with a mini stadium, and we go down there regularly for warm weather training.
This all exists in his mind. by the
Could
way.
we do with some warm weather training
Yeah.
here right now? The stadium holds about 11,000 people. So in the summer, during pre-season, we host the Mediterranean Cup.
There you go. In the Mediterranean Cup this year, Bob, I
Yes.
think you've invented an MLS All-Star team. It just says MLS America.
Yes. Yeah.
Valencia and Sporting Lisbon.
Okay.
3 teams in it.
Okay.
North London in the first game beat the MLS All-Star team 3-0. 1-0 win against Valencia and a 5-0 win against Sporting, mean you finish the Mediterranean Cup top of the table. So the Mediterranean Cup is coming back home with North London.
Who were the scorers?
Ben Granville scored 2 in the first game, and Kaka. Benzema in the second game, and then in the third game, Freddie Haynes with 2, Dylan with 1, Granville with another 1,
Okay.
and Ozil with 1 late on. So it meant that Ben Granville finishes as the top scorer in the Mediterranean Cup, Bob.
Ben Granville, by the way, is one of Mars's best friends from
one of
school.
my oldest mates. And actually, it's funny, speaking of Portugal, we are off, me and Ben and a few of our mates, including Simon Astor and Cameron Stanton, both of North London fame, Bob.
Yes.
We're off on a golfing holiday to Portugal in November this year.
Maybe you're going to our...
We'll go and pay a visit.
The training
shall we?
camp,
In Faro, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously though, it's a brilliant source of revenue as a business.
Yeah.
Because it's a hotel, amazing hotel complex, with all the sporting facilities tagged on.
Yeah.
So there's there's tiers of accommodation where if you go as a kind of VIP, you can watch training.
Yep.
Watch these little matches that take place in the stadium, and it's a really great holiday experience.
I bet.
I highly recommend it.
Okay, great. Yeah, if any of you are in the fictitious North London world, then get yourself over to Portugal during pre-season.
Yeah.
Right. So Premier League, Bob.
Yes.
Trying to defend your crown.
Okay.
Starting off at home against Aston Villa. Freddie Haynes with the only goal there in a 1-0 win.
Yeah. Freddie Haynes, by the way, is, Mars and I have been talking about this as we've been watching the Euros, because one of the key elements of the play of North London is that I try and create situations that completely take the opposition by surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, during the Euros, so often we're watching teams that are very, very overcoached, in my opinion.
The more the tournament goes on,
of the play. There's no defense splitting passing, or very little.
Yeah.
Nobody's really running at the opposition the way that they used to.
Yeah, true.
So what I like to do with North London is genuinely create unexpected situations. So, for example, let's say attacking centre-backs.
Yeah.
A centre-back who can literally pass through and run through defensive lines and finish up 20 or 25 yards out from goal and have the ability to shoot accurately from that kind of distance.
Yeah.
Freddie Haynes is my man.
So in that situation, what happens when there's that gap left in the defence and you lose the ball?
One of the two holding midfield players drops back.
Okay. I mean, it's intensive tactical training.
Yeah, it's intelligent tactics. You're demanding of the players that they concentrate 100% of the time.
Yeah. So Freddie Haynes fulfilling that role in the North London team. The lineup, by the way, Bob, for the first couple of games.
Okay.
Me in goal.
Yeah.
Douglas Booker and David Bennett as the fullbacks, with Godin and Haynes as the two centre backs.
Godin, what a centre back he was. He was fantastic.
Hummels and Webber in defensive midfield.
Yeah.
Ozil coming from the right hand side.
Okay.
Dylan, my brother Dylan, on the left.
Yeah.
With Kaka in behind Benzema. Is the way the team lines up.
What a team that is, isn't it?
It's nice. It's very nice. And a slight change to starting 11 in the following game, because Kaka dropped to the bench for Redmond, who goes on the right hand side, and it's Ozil in behind Benzema.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's unchanged, and it's a 5-1 away win.
Away win.
Bob likes to leave little notes of how the game went underneath as well. So it says here, sweep good Swansea team aside with devastating attacking play.
There we go.
Get careless midway through the second half, and Swansea come to the game. Dynamic fourth goal by Haynes finally secures fantastic win. So Freddie Haynes from centre-backs got 2 and 2. Benzema, Hummels and Eriksson off the bench, the two other goal
Very
scorers
good.
there.
Yeah.
So that's the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah.
Before we go any further though, Bob.
Yes.
What we've started to do, so we like to do little quizzes on the podcast here and there, and I introduced something a few weeks ago called Football Pointless. And to explain this, basically what it is we get a question, and that question has several correct answers, but what you have to do is try and get the correct answer that was guessed the least amount of times by the general public.
Yes.
And it's fun. It's based on the TV show Pointless, which
I've done a couple of times, actually. Last time I did was with Chris Difford.
Yeah.
So we got to the semi-finals.
Not bad. But so what I do, there's a TikTok account called Won the Ball, and I always save the Football Pointless questions that they post because I think we could use them in
Yes.
So we'll start off. We play as a team on this, so you guys play at home as well. The aim of the game is to get the correct answer with the least amount of guesses by the general public.
Okay.
So you've got to have good knowledge. And if you get it completely wrong, you get 100 points. And then it's basically the aim of the game is to get as few points as possible, because it's how many guesses.
I'm still regretting Swindon Town.
I know, that was a good one the last time, wasn't it? I know. Well,
if you want to see the last episode, the question was how many. There's 7 teams.
7 teams, that played in the Premier League that begin with the letter S.
S.
Yeah.
Who were they?
Yeah.
And I said to Miles, I think Swindon Town were right at the beginning, but I wasn't 100% sure. So in the end, we went for Sheffield Wednesday, which
was
wasn't
second
bad.
lowest. Yeah, they were like 13, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Basically, so this question gets asked to 100 people, and so the less score, the better. In Swindon, I think 3 people guessed, so it would have been a very good score. To get a pointless answer is the best you can do, because that's if you get a correct answer that nobody guessed.
Yes.
So it's a pointless answer. So let's try and do that now, Bob, shall we?
Okay.
Football Pointless. first of the day
Yes.
is
Right.
name any player to make an appearance for both Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur since 1992. And there are 8 possible correct answers here.
Okay.
So,
Well, Teddy Sheringham is...
Michael Carrick,
Yes.
Berbatov,
Yes.
so that's 3. Let's think.
Michael Carrick, did he play for Spurs?
Yeah. We
Did
signed
he?
him. We signed him from Spurs.
I thought he signed him from West Ham.
No, he went from West Ham to Spurs and then to
Oh,
us.
okay.
Yeah, I promise you.
Right.
So that's 3. That's dear. So there are 8 possible correct answers here. So this.
So, yeah, so, right.
I'm
Man
struggling.
United and Spurs.
Yeah, since '92, I'm struggling to think of more than. So we've got Sheringham, Carrick, and Berbatov.
Right. The
There are 5 other possible.
The
correct
number
answers.
15, the left back that we had in the squad last year.
Reguilon.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Yes.
Great shout. Yes, Reguilon.
Yes.
Yeah, but so I'm thinking that more people would remember him possibly because he's a recent player. So that's 4. So there are 4 other answers.
Blimey.
I'm struggling with this. This should be easier than it is.
So, well, let's see. So they'd be signed by Sir Alex Ferguson.
But then also they could have gone the other way too. So to have played for both. Just played for both. Make an appearance for both United and Spurs.
An appearance.
Since '92.
Oh.
So there's a whole range. I wonder if there are more going back further because I can't think of that many that have happened recently. But Reguilon's a good one.
Yes, he is. And we're talking about the Premier League, are we?
It just says an appearance.
Gosh. Well, do you think we should just go for Reguilon and take our chances? I can't think of anybody else.
I think Reguilon might be more commonly answered because he's new.
But I don't think people would necessarily...
So, yeah. Sheringham, Carrick, Berbatov, Reguilon. That's the 4 we've got.
Well, let's go for Reguilon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to trust you on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Last time you should have backed yourself on Swindon, shouldn't you? So we'll
so...
Okay. Play along at home. By the way, if you don't follow us on socials, at Game of No Halves, we post clips of these Football Pointless and loads of other stuff from the shows on there. So go follow us on social media. Right, Bob, here we go.
Okay.
So, the most guessed answer, Dimitar Berbatov. Oh, Christian Eriksen, of course. Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah. Well, he would have been...
But he's second. So Berbatov 67,
Yeah.
Eriksen 61,
Yeah.
Carrick 43,
Yeah.
Sheringham 24, Louis Saha. Forgot about Saha. I forgot he played for Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of him as Fulham outside of us.
Yes, and Everton he was at for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Reguilon 19. Not bad, Bob.
Not bad.
So there are 2 other pointless answers.
Oh, go on.
Zeki Friars, an old left back, and Fraser Campbell, who I didn't realise played for Spurs either.
Oh,
they would have been
Fraser
pointless
Campbell.
answers. But as it stands, 19. I think
bad.
that's pretty good. So well done for backing Reguilon there,
okay.
Bob. You did a good job.
Right.
We'll resume more Football Pointless later in the show.
Funnily enough, the other evening, I had supper with one of the great Spurs legends, Steve Perriman.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, because just to explain...
Yeah.
And it's, this is something rather lovely because 5 years ago, I suffered an aortic dissection. Miles was there and got me to hospital. It was really a serious moment.
Fun day, wasn't it?
Well, it was a fun day, yes. But we come through it.
Yeah.
But so I've become part of a committee that drives the Aortic Dissection Charitable Trust. And we're doing a lot of work in terms of patient support. And anyway, Steve Perriman has become an ambassador for ADCT, and we had a bit of a get-together last Friday at one of our local gastropubs here called the White Hart in Fifield. Do you know, we've been going there for years. They've just won a whole shed load of awards.
It's a wicked place.
It's the food there is beautiful.
Yes.
And so it was lovely. And Steve was very interesting. It's always interesting talking to him about the days have gone by in Spurs. And he's a big fan, like I am, of Bobby Charlton.
Yeah. Who isn't?
Yeah.
I mean,
Steve thinks that Bobby Charlton is the best English player ever.
Yeah.
And I think he's right.
Yeah.
Way before.
You're hard pushed
obviously,
to think
way
of
before your time.
better,
But
yeah.
if you watch him in anything on YouTube of the 1966 World Cup, and you see him particularly in the semi-final, running through, scoring from like 30 yards, right foot, left foot. He could do anything, Bobby.
Brilliant player.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, word legend's used a bit too much these days, but
he is genuinely
unbelievably.
Yeah.
Back to North London then, Bob. Well, I
Yes.
suppose we've just been in North London with Spurs.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of Fulham, your next game is against them, and it's a 2-0 home win.
Yes.
Benzema and Ben Granville back on the score sheet.
Ben Granville's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah. It says Diego Forlan makes his first Premiership appearance for the club in routine win. He actually started the game and played the full 90 minutes, but no goal for Diego Forlan, unfortunately.
Right.
You changed formation here to a 4-1-3-2, so it was Benzema and Forlan up front together.
Wow.
Which is an interesting strike partnership, isn't it? So then, away at Norwich City, Bob, hard-earned win.
Right.
Start brilliantly, but Norwich get freak own goal against the run of play.
Right.
So how would that have actually happen? How do you get a freak own goal?
In the hallway, if I'm shooting into or trying to score into the coffee table, which is by the front door, sometimes if I've skewed the ball slightly, it'll hit a wall and bounce into the goal.
Okay.
And of course, if it's heading that way and then hits the wall and goes back across, there's no way that the goalkeeper's going to be able to adjust.
No, I suppose not.
Because he's moving in that direction, and then it comes back across him, and it's into an open goal, effectively. So that's almost certainly what would have happened.
Makes sense, I guess, doesn't it? Yeah. So it says here, Hummels equalises almost immediately.
Yeah.
But from then on, it's a struggle.
It's a struggle.
And speaking of the inverted wing-back, David Bennett gets the winning goal in the 77th minute, Bob. And it says here, Neymar makes his first appearance off the bench.
Yes.
And Pato and Schweinsteiger return. So you must have had some injuries at the start of the season that are gradually coming back.
Even I have to be honest and say that I'm staggered at the degree of detail that I've put into all of this over so many years, Miles.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Ridiculous, isn't it?
It really is. Well, I mean, we had so many comments about this, didn't we?
Yeah.
on Twitter and on social media about what does it take for your dad to have done this for 35 years.
I know. What does it take?
It takes me into this.
You've sacrificed all your relationships.
Yeah, I've no friends. Yeah. Work dropped me years ago. Yeah, I live in this sort of isolated world of the stadium, where I kick the ball around with echoing to nothing. No crowd, no friends, no job.
You're just there. Well, you're happy, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, no, it does. Honestly, it takes me into such a lovely place.
Yeah.
Because it's all consuming, the stats and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know. I mean, I know what it's like playing Football Manager. It's bad enough.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, Bob, we're heading into Europe.
Okay.
So it's the group stage.
Okay.
And so in the group, you've got Lille.
Yes.
You've got Bate Borisov. And the first game is against Valencia. How about this, Bob? Look at this. 7-0 in the first game of Europe against Valencia at home.
What did I put?
It says, similar to Man United Roma a few years ago, a night when everything went right.
Oh, yes.
10 shots at goal, 2 off target, 1 saved, 7 spectacular goals, it says here. Neymar scores first goal, Schweinsteiger's first European goal, and Haynes' 50th for the club.
Oh, look at that.
Tokla, Weber, Dylan, Schweinsteiger, Haynes, Neymar, and Kaka, all on the score sheet in a 7-0
10 shots
win.
at goal.
Yeah. 2 off target, 1 saved, 7 spectacular goals.
Wow.
Is that the best win?
I think it is. I think it is, certainly in Europe.
7-0.
And it must have been in my head too as I finished playing that wonderful performance when United beat. Mm-hmm. And Michael Carrick was playing in that, wasn't he?
He scored in that game.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he scored twice in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 lovely goals.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So
7-0.
that was the equivalent, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. So it means that going into your next game in the league against Sunderland.
And that was in September 2012.
2012, yes. Exactly.
Right.
It says here, starting lineup unchanged from 7-0 midweek defeat of Valencia in Champions League, which you would think so.
You would, wouldn't you?
And the line underneath that, another stunning, high-quality attacking win. 3-1 against Sunderland. Dylan with 2 goals.
Right.
And Toklov with a cheeky goal as well.
Sam
Toklov. Well, it means that at the end of September, you are top of the league by 2 points with
five games, 5 wins.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. 5 games, 5 wins. Yep. Easy as that, Bob.
Yeah, good start to the season, this. Wow.
Okay. So next up is QPR away. And it says first flat performance of the season. It's a 1-1 draw. Weber with the equaliser in the 45th minute.
Right.
So a bit of a flat performance. And then the next game is a big one against Arsenal at home.
Okay.
And in the end, it ends 2-1 to North London. Ozil and Granville in the 71st and 86th minute.
Yes.
It says here, Kaka injury disrupts first all-Brazilian midfield. Because you've got Pato, Kaka and Neymar as the 3 in behind Toklov.
Wow.
So, yeah, there you go. Ozil equalises brilliant Arsenal goal to score his first of the season. Arsenal control much of the match. Hard-earned win.
And you see, I got Ozil way before Arsenal signed him.
Yeah. Well, this would have been almost before he was at Real Madrid. He probably was there now when you signed him.
Yeah.
Back into Europe, 3-1 away win against Bate. Relaxed after 2 early goals and let Bate into the match. Brilliant Neymar goal. 2 1-2s in brackets. Clinton's victory.
2 1-2s.
2 1-2s.
So wait, so I obviously did it must have been a bit like the Cole.
Oh yeah, Barcelona.
Dwight York. That 2 1-2s and then slotting it in.
There you go.
Yeah.
It says clinches victory a minute from time. It says here Toklov scores his 100th club goal.
Wow.
Bloody Sam Toklov.
Yeah.
How about this, Bob? Who is Sam Toklov in real life?
Sam Toklov. Well, he's a friend of yours and Dylan's.
Well, he was actually the younger brother of one of my mates from primary school.
Yes,
who,
that's
again,
right.
I haven't seen in ages. I don't think Dylan's seen Sam Toklov in ages, but
No.
Youth Academy prospect came through and he's become a club legend by all accounts.
Absolutely.
So he got a goal. And so did Bennett from left back again.
Yeah, and David Bennett also is this. Okay, so wait.
There you go.
There we go. This.
So Bob's holding up a little trophy for those of you not watching.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, by the way, we put the episodes out on YouTube as well now, so go subscribe there.
Well, when Dylan was 11, last year at primary school, he was part of a golden generation. I have to say that's what they were. There were 5 or 6 lads in that year, just that year, for Hanny School that were just brilliant. They were absolutely fantastic. David Bennett, Freddie Haynes, Dylan,
Sam Naylor part of that team?
Anyway, they won all the local 5-a-side football tournaments for their year.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them win an indoor tournament in Wantage.
Yeah.
They won a tournament outdoors in Abingdon.
Wow.
They won everything. And so we've got these cups and there's this great picture, actually, I must find it for the next edition, of Dylan in his kit and everything with the cup.
Yeah, we had it around here somewhere.
Yeah, I know where it is, actually.
Okay.
So I can go and get it if you like.
It's all good. Rosy-cheeked Dylan after a 5-a-side win. So David Bennett was part of that team as well.
Yes, he was. So they did really well. So of course I just took the whole team, put them in my academy, and there we are.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So speaking of Dylan and his footballing prowess, he gets a goal in a 2-0 win against Southampton in the next game. Schweinsteiger with the 90th minute one there as well. Another late goal secures 3 points after team miss several clear chances. It says there. And then
because the other thing, just to reiterate, is the fact that I can't have a player in my team that plays for another Premier League club. So, because otherwise they'll be constantly playing against each other.
Yes. And
that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, no, true.
Not that any of this does.
Yeah, because everything else is totally normal. So an abnormal result in the Champions League, Bob. 3-3 draw against Lille. Kaka, Neymar and Weber. It says uncharacteristically loose performance. Give the ball away far too much.
Oh,
Bob.
I hate giving the ball away. Absolutely hate it.
So when you're playing with the ball around the house, is this just like when you're passing it against the wall, it's just you're misplacing passes all the time? It's just not going for you?
Yes. Or, say for example, I mean, I'm just kind of making this up a little bit, but with the, what's it called?
Like skirting board?
Skirting board. I can say kick it against the skirting board.
Yeah.
And maybe I hit the ridge of the skirting board and it doesn't come back exactly to me.
Yeah.
And so at that moment, the opposition jump on that loose ball and they've got possession. So, and then I play as them until such time as I give the ball away. And you would think it's so easy to walk through the house and just score. Well, if you're playing a match in your head where you're putting yourself under pressure and you're imagining yourself in the middle of a defending team, then you've got to create chances in the way that you would do if the game was real.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so that was what was happening in this game. Just the skirting board wasn't playing.
No, it wasn't dancing back to me well at all. But the thing is, I always thought to myself, right, if things aren't going great, the best thing to do is to start with a really rock solid defense. Because if you're getting
play your way into it.
And play your way into it,
Yeah, true. Well, looks like he had to do that against Lille. Weber scores another late goal to rescue draw, Bob. Kaka, Neymar and Weber with the goals there. So 3-3. Then back into the league. Away at Wigan. At what would it have been back then? The JJB, possibly?
Yeah, would Martinez have been manager then? He probably would, wouldn't he?
2012. Not sure, actually. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a 3-0 win, Bob, away from home. It says flattering scoreline, loose performance.
Okay.
Neymar's first Premiership goal.
Yes.
And also, popping up with a goal from a corner, Ben Barnard with his first for the club.
Ben Barnard!
Another primary school friend of ours. So Neymar, Benzema and Ben Barnard there. Then a 0-0 draw against Newcastle. First time team has failed to score this season.
Yes.
Says here, Hummels and Benzema were injured and you rested Neymar and Haynes. So Perquis came in at the back to, well, he got a clean sheet, I suppose, so solid enough. So, then home against Stoke, Kaka, Ozil, Toklov and Dylan. 4-0 win. Changed to a 4-1 following Weber's injury.
Wow.
Ozil, Kaka, midfield, brilliant. So you've got, Weber went off injured by the looks of it. Ozil replaced him. So you had a midfield then of Schweinsteiger, Neymar, Kaka, Ozil and Dylan.
Whoa.
That's not bad, is it?
No. And who was up front then? Benzema?
No, Toklov.
Sam Toklov.
Who seems to be the first choice striker this season.
Okay.
Anyway, it means end of November, Bob. You are top of the league. You've got 29 points, played 11 games. City are on 28 points and they've played 12. So things are looking rosy.
Yes.
With that in mind, let's see if we can carry on our rosy pointless score here, Bob.
Yes.
So we are on 19 after the first one. This is good. So again, the end of the game is to get as little points as possible.
Yes.
The next football pointless question.
Okay.
Ta-da. Name any club that James Milner has made an appearance for. Right.
My goodness,
we can nail this because he has played for. He came through at Newcastle, I think.
Yes, he did.
He's played for Villa.
Yep.
He's played for Liverpool. He's played for Brighton.
Has he played for Man City?
Yes.
Yes.
How many possible correct answers are there for this? 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 other teams that Milner's played for. Who else has James Milner played for? We should be able to get this. Or any club. Did he play in the lower leagues at any point?
So Newcastle, Villa.
Oh, Leeds. He came through at Leeds, not Newcastle. Leeds is one of them. That's going to be a good answer to that.
Yes, that is.
So Newcastle, Villa, Liverpool, Brighton, City and Leeds.
He's such a good player, James Milner.
Yeah.
He really is.
Are we missing somebody? He's never been abroad, has he? Has he ever played abroad? I don't think he has.
No. In fact, he's the archetypal English player, isn't he, really?
He's played for basically all of United's most bitter rivals, isn't he? Liverpool, City and Leeds.
Yeah.
He never played...
Shall we give it a go with...
I would say Leeds myself.
Let's give it a go with Leeds.
I'm just trying to think I'd love to be able to get the 7th club he's played for, but I can't think of who it might be. Any ideas? Play along at home, guys. If you know this, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Newcastle, Villa, Liverpool, Brighton, City and Leeds. There is another one in there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Okay.
So we're saying Leeds?
Let's go with Leeds.
We're going to lock in Leeds. Okay.
We're going to lock in Leeds.
Here we go. So, Liverpool.
Yes.
Most guessed with 88.
Yes, not surprisingly.
Brighton, 87.
Yes.
City, 63.
Okay.
Villa, 34.
Okay.
Leeds, 25.
Right.
So not the worst, but not brilliant. Then Newcastle at 19. I'm surprised people didn't know that. Oh my God, you're never going to guess this, Bob.
Go on.
Guess what the pointless answer is for this?
Go on.
Swindon.
No!
Again!
Oh my goodness! Well, I didn't know that.
I did not know
anyway.
he played for Swindon. No, I can't.
When did he play for Swindon then?
No idea. I'm going to look that up. I can't. That's the second week in a row.
Well, the Swindon.
Can you believe that? And Swindon's only just down the road from us here as well.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Okay. He had a month's loan in September 2003, where he played 6 games and scored 2 goals.
Who would ever know that?
That is
no wonder it's
crazy.
a pointless answer.
On loan from Leeds, in fact.
That's
oh wow!
That is amazing.
Would you ever guess that?
I think from now on, any question we just go Swindon.
Yeah, we'll just throw Swindon in as a random one. So that leaves us then, Bob, on 44. Right?
Okay.
So that's not too bad. From
Not
2.
too bad.
We'll do one more point in this before the end of the show.
That would be probably certainly when they've got 4 lecterns, that would certainly get us through to 3.
Yeah, I think so.
And then the next one to the semi-final. We hope.
Okay. Well, so we're on 44.
44.
So that's we're doing okay. Let us know how you're doing at home.
Yeah.
And before we end the episode, we'll do one more football point in this.
Okay.
Swindon. Can you believe that?
It's just going to be my default answer from now on.
I can't believe it. That's so funny. All right.
What's the weather doing? Swindon.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I'm shocked.
What are you playing on the country show this week?
Yeah,
Swindon.
Yeah. I'll set you a challenge, Bob, to try and squeeze in a song with the word Swindon in somewhere on the country show. That'd be funny,
A
wouldn't it?
song with the word Swindon in it.
There must be a country song with the word Swindon in somewhere. I can't think why.
No.
Do you reckon maybe there's a Swindon in like Alabama or something like that? Do you reckon
Swindon, Massachusetts.
Swindon, USA. There will be a Swindon, I'm sure.
You reckon?
How many places are named Swindon? There are 4 places in the world named Swindon, apparently, Bob.
Oh, go on.
They're all in the UK.
Oh, are they? Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, all of them are in the UK.
4 places in the
You've
UK
got
named Swindon.
Swindon in Swindon, funny enough. Swindon in St Helens, and there are 2 Swindons in Gloucestershire. Yeah.
Whoever knew this about Swindon?
There you go. Well, anyway, so if there's anybody...
Mark Lamar is from Swindon.
Is he? Yeah, it was literally just down the road from us, isn't it?
Yeah,
I live in Wantage, and Swindon's one of the closest towns.
Yes.
Anyway, 3 big games coming up in the league here, Bob.
Okay.
Spurs, United, and Chelsea all in a row.
Right.
Massive.
Spurs, massive. North
London derby.
Derby, yes.
Away from home as well, and it's a 3-0 win.
Is it?
Benzema with 2 and Neymar with another goal. He's really coming into form, isn't he?
Yeah.
The team is pretty amazing. The front 4,
Go on.
Pato, Ozil, Neymar, and Benzema.
Yeah,
in
well,
that game.
Yes.
Then United at Old Trafford.
Okay.
And it's a 3-3 draw. What a game.
Wow.
It says here, brilliant Dylan Myers-Harris right-footed chip. It doesn't sound like him. But Dylan, my younger brother, does not have a right
Very
foot.
left-footed, yeah.
And 2 long-range goals from Haynes.
Yeah.
Freddie Haynes with the 2.
Because over and over on the, this was the thing that Eric Cantona brought to United for young players like David Beckham at the time, Paul Scholes. Keep, the training session's finished, but stay out there for another hour and a half. Practice your free kicks. This is how Cristiano Ronaldo got so good. Practice. And that's what they used to do.
I can talk about this now because it's come out. But I was lucky enough to do a shoot with Eric Cantona recently. One of the highlights of my life doing that.
Yeah, really.
Have you heard his interview on Stick to Football as well?
I don't think I have.
It's very good because they talk about because he retired when he was 30.
Yes.
Really young to retire.
I was there when he played his last European game.
Yeah, it was crazy. And they were asking him, why did you retire so early? And he just said, my whole life I played football because I loved it, I had the passion for it. And as soon as I felt the passion go, I thought, there's no
I saw it the night we lost to Dortmund.
Yeah.
1-0 at Old Trafford. I think it was 97, 98. And I hardly took my eyes off him when I was watching United live. And when the game finished, he just shrugged his shoulders and ran straight down the tunnel. And I thought, there's body language signal here, I think. And a few days later, he announced his retirement. Yeah.
Sad times, but one of the greatest United players ever, for sure.
Yeah. He produced one of the most beautiful pieces of sporting magic I think I've ever seen. You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Well, I was going to say which time. There's been plenty where he's
so
done
many.
that.
So it was against Sheffield Wednesday, funnily enough.
Yep.
And he was in the centre circle in the United half facing his goal. So Peter Schmeichel kicked the ball. It wasn't a pass to him. He just kicked it up, but Cantona took it on his chest.
Yeah.
Okay. David Beckham had begun a run.
Not David Bennett.
No, not David Bennett. Well, he'd have been on the other side.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So David Beckham started to run along the touchline, but just beginning to arc in towards goal.
Yeah.
And Cantona kept the ball up and then sort of over his shoulder hit this pass. It arced over. It was like a chip shot or whatever in golf.
Yeah.
Because the ball landed. And I thought, he's overcooked it. He's put it too far ahead of Beckham. But he put a spin on it, so the ball span back exactly into David Beckham's path. Didn't even have to break his stride.
Yeah,
I
amazing.
thought one of the most amazing
I wonder
things
if this
ever.
footage, I bet it on YouTube somewhere that might exist.
Yeah.
We'll have to try and find it. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Anyway, 3-3 draw at Old Trafford. Bob.
Okay.
Dylan and Freddie Haynes with 2 long-range goals, rescue a point. And then Chelsea at home, 2-0 win. So you've come out of those 3 fixtures with 2 wins and a draw, which is great. Neymar and Dylan. Dylan's in a bit of goal-scoring form at the moment as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tight, organised performance against defensive Chelsea side. Brilliant long-range Neymar goal. And Dylan, right-footed lob again.
Well, again. Another lob.
Another right-footed lob as well. This is something he could never do in real life, by the way.
And I tell you what that is, okay, how I would achieve that.
Yeah.
So in the sitting room, there's the buffet
Yep.
at an angle.
Very important player in the North London setup.
Where's the number 9?
Yeah.
So when I'm taking a corner from the left, I'm aiming to hit the buffet and have it bounce into the goal.
Yeah.
So the buffet is effectively in front of the goal. So if I'm cutting in from the right and I want to score, I've almost always got to lob so that it goes over the buffet.
Oh, right, okay.
and drops down into the goal behind the...
And so that's what Dylan would have done.
And that's what
Cutting
Dylan would
in
have
from the
done.
left-hand side. There
I
you
was
go.
obviously practicing this at the time.
So it leaves you actually second in the league, but you've got 2 games in hand and you're 3 points behind United. So things are looking up. Back to the Champions League, Bob. Let's see how the rest of the group stage has gone, shall we?
Yeah.
Lille at home, a 4-0 win. Easy as you like. Benzema, double for Ozil and Weber.
Yes.
Neymar, brilliant. Ozil returns to form. Hummels and Benzema injury doubts for Saturday game away to Newcastle.
Oh, okay.
Which I think we're catching up with the Champions League. Next game against Valencia away is a 1-1 draw, so they've managed to recover from the 7-0 battering they got.
Yes.
And then Bate Borisov at home, 4-1. Kaka, an own goal, and 2 for Toklo. Comprehensive, skillful win, it says here.
Okay.
Forlan has a last-minute chance to score his first goal, but puts it wide.
Oh, who does?
Forlan.
Oh, he's doing the, oh.
It's not happening for him.
No.
It says Kaka outstanding. The own goal is the team's 550th European goal, Bob. I can't believe
550 European goals.
I can't believe you kept the stats that in depth that you know exactly how many goals you've scored as well.
God.
This was a second string team by all accounts too. I always know it's second string, Bob, because I'm not starting, basically.
Ah, yes.
Mark Barnard in goal.
Yes. He did eventually become the number 1, but at this moment...
Yeah, it's a bit like Emi Martinez, isn't it, for Aston Villa, being the second choice for decades almost, and then suddenly getting his chance. And but I'm holding him off for now.
Yeah.
So that means you qualify top of the group, Bob.
Yes.
And in the round of 16,
you scored 22 goals in four matches.
No, 6 games.
I mean, in 6 matches. Yeah, of course.
Mad.
That's more than... That's nearly 4 goals a game.
Yeah. So in the round of 16, which we'll find out about next episode, you're playing PSG.
Oh my goodness! Right.
So
okay.
back in 2012, 13,
they were getting good.
They were getting good, weren't they?
They were.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll return to the league, Bob, and go to the end of the year. Wow, actually, it's another massive game against Liverpool now at home. So a run of 4 games is that: Spurs, United, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Wow,
that is
and normally our form
running
against Liverpool is very good.
Yeah. Well, this one ends 1-1.
Okay.
Benzema penalty score against the run of play.
Yes.
In the 44th minute with the first shot of the first half.
Right.
It says Liverpool continued to dominate in the second half, deserved their draw.
Right.
It says here. Then away at West Brom, 1-0.
Okay.
Benzema with the only goal there. And then back at home against Everton, 4-0 win there.
Okay.
Benzema with 2, Ozil and an own goal. So Benzema's got himself 4 goals in 3 games. Attacking formation, convincing win.
Good.
Say the notes here.
Yes.
So at the turn of the year then, Bob, United is still in top. They are 3 points ahead of you, but you do have 2 games in hand.
Okay.
Okay then, Bob.
Okay.
Before we leave you, we'll have one more football point in this because I know everybody listening at home is obviously clamouring for the final points of the day.
Yes.
This is an interesting one, right?
Okay.
Okay. Name any club to have won the European Cup / Champions League on only one occasion.
Okay.
Who are we going with?
Aston Villa.
Villa.
Won it once. How many are there, by the way?
Oh, sorry, yeah. There are 10.
Oh, my goodness.
10 possible. Villa's a good shout, though. This is actually quite tough, isn't it? Now I'm thinking a bit more.
Sparta Prague. I've got one of those.
Forest won it more than once, didn't they?
Yes, twice. With consecutive seasons.
Yeah.
That moment, Liverpool won it 5 times in a short period of time. Forest won it twice. Even Villa won it.
Yeah.
It was Heysel. It was Heysel, wasn't it? That then
I'm not sure.
We didn't play in Europe for about 5 years. It took us such a long time to catch up.
Oh.
But at the time that break happened, English teams were dominating Europe.
What was the break for?
70s and 80s because of the horrendous rioting at Heysel Stadium. People got killed. Liverpool playing,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so teams who have won it only one. This is quite hard, isn't it? Have Inter won it more than once?
I'm sure they have.
Because they also did it with Mourinho.
You know, you're talking about teams that could be like Fiorentina or...
Yeah, random teams.
Yeah. Shall we just go with Villa?
Because otherwise we're going to be guessing at teams that we're not sure if won it or not.
Let's go with Villa.
We'll see. So 10 possible answers then, Bob.
Yeah.
We're going with Aston Villa. So any club to have won the Champions League on only one occasion.
Yeah.
Oh, well, City, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
City were 84.
The obvious, yeah.
Celtic, 33.
Yes.
Aston Villa, 31. So 31 brings our overall score up to 75. We got Bob.
Right.
In the end. So it's okay.
Not too bad.
75 out of 100. So obviously the lower the score, the better. So that's not too bad. But there were, several answers that had less guesses than Villa. Borussia Dortmund.
Okay.
26 people guessed that. Marseille, 11 people guessed that.
Yeah.
PSV, 4 people guessed that. Feyenoord, 3. Red Star Belgrade, 1.
Yeah.
And there were 2 pointless answers. Hamburg and Steaua Bucharest.
Right.
There you go. So if you guessed any of those, congratulations.
That's good.
That's good knowledge. But in the end, Villa, not bad.
A 19, a 25 and a 31.
So we've done all right there, I think. It's not too bad. Let us know in the comments if you've played along and let us know your scores. If you've got any pointless answers, then that would be amazing. What were the pointless answers? Swindon. Bloody Swindon. We should have said Swindon.
Yeah,
they probably have won it at some point, haven't they?
The answer to everything now is Swindon.
Yeah, we should have put Swindon in there. Oh, well. So that leaves us then, Bob. So Champions League, round of 16 against PSG.
Yeah.
In the league, you're second, but you have 2 games in hand.
Okay.
So winning those will get you back to top of the table.
Yes.
So we'll find out about all of that. And there's some big stuff happening in the January transfer window, just as a little precursor to next episode.
Okay. And of course, tonight we'll be in the build-up to the England game.
I know.
And who knows what's going to happen.
Who knows indeed. And maybe the next time we talk will be... Euro finalist, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And obviously, as we're recording this, we don't know whether Spain or France will be in the final either.
No.
So just keep everything crossed, I guess.
Yeah, really. I've got a feeling England are going to do it.
Yeah, I'd love us to. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
It's amazing. We're going through with scoring hardly any goals.
Same as France, though.
Yeah, with the sort of grease of 2024.
If you think if us and France gets to the final, it is just like the 2 most boring teams of the tournament, basically. Isn't it? Oh well. Right. Well,
it'll be all right.
We'll know about that next episode. So join us then. Thank you all for listening and for watching this time. Remember to follow us on socials at A Game of No Halves.
Yeah.
You can watch video episodes on YouTube. You can rate us 5 stars and subscribe if you're enjoying. Looking forward to seeing whether England are Euro champions or not next episode. Any parting words then, Bob?
Well, I've got the last 2 dates on my tour, Songs the Beatles Gave Away, coming up. We're playing Hampton on Sunday, and I think John Inverdale is going to be introducing us on stage. How about that? That'll be good.
Will this be during the Euro final?
Yes, it probably will.
Oh, my goodness.
Good,
no, it's not
now
at all.
Come to think of it.
No.
What the hell? Who scheduled that?
Yeah, 8 o'clock on Sunday is the final.
That's exactly when we're on stage.
Oh, no. There's going to be nobody there.
No,
Unless England get knocked out.
no wonder we haven't been selling any tickets.
It's probably true. To be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Anyway, so we'll find out how that's gone and everything next episode. Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll catch you then.
Okay.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.